Senator Shirkey offers Senate Resolution 186, a resolution of tribute for the Honorable Jim Stamas. Whereas it is most appropriate that we thank Senator Jim Stamas as his tenure with the Michigan Senate comes to a close. It is a pleasure to salute Senator Stamas for his work on behalf of the people of the state of Michigan, and in particular, his constituents within the 36th district, which includes the counties of Alcona, Alpena, Aranac, Gladwin, Alsco, Midland, Montmorency, Oscoda, Otsego, and Presque Isle. And whereas Senator Stamas holds a bachelor's degree in business administration from Northwood University and an associate's degree in business management from Delta College, Senator Stamas honorably served his country in both the United States Army and the Michigan National Guard, where he attained the rank of Specialist E4. His service to the community started in the family business, Pizza Sam's, where he worked and eventually became general manager and owner. He also worked in real estate and as a project manager for Case Systems. Senator Stamas used his business acumen to benefit the Midland Downtown Development Authority, Midland Downtown Business Association, Midland County Planning Commission, and the Northern Michigan Alliance for Children, serving as a board member for each. Senator Stamas proudly served as Midland Township trustee from 1997 to 2004 and on the Midland County Board of Commissioners from 2005 to 2008 before joining the Michigan House of Representatives in 2009. The respect of his caucus colleagues was evidenced when he was twice elected as Majority Floor Leader for the 96th and 97th legislatures. Senator Stamas is a dedicated husband to his wife of over 35 years, Marcia, and a loving father to their two children, Nicholas and Jessica. And whereas, since his election to the Michigan Senate in 2014, Senator Stamas has served the citizens of the 36th District with great integrity. Senator Stamas' work ethic and bipartisan relationships were key in his selection to chair the Senate Appropriations Committee by the Senate Majority Leader. As chair, he was responsible for appropriating an unprecedented amount of federal and state funding during the pandemic. Senator Stamas also served as chair of the Appropriations Subcommittee on General Government and the Joint Committee on Administrative Rules, and as vice chair of the Michigan Competitiveness Committee. Senator Stamas served with distinction on the following Senate committees: Economic Development and International Investment, Health Policy, Natural Resources, Oversight, and Legislative Council, and the Appropriations Subcommittee on Agriculture and Rural Development. Senator Stamas tackled issues of importance to his constituents, such as education funding, infrastructure improvement, and fiscal responsibility. Moreover, he skillfully co-chaired the Joint Select Committee on the Flint Water Public Health Emergency and led state efforts to address the Midland flooding emergencies. His thoughtful yet firm leadership ensured the provision of services to impacted residents in both communities. Not widely known is Senator Stamas' work to preserve the Michigan State Capitol. During his legislative tenure, he worked to preserve the building and to establish sustainable funding resources. He was instrumental in the funding for Heritage Hall, a premier tourist center for the Capitol. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Senate that we offer this expression of tribute to commend and thank the Honorable Jim Stamas for his notable contributions to this legislative body, and be it further resolved that copies of this resolution be transmitted to Senator Stamas as evidence of our gratitude and best wishes for his future endeavors. The rules have been suspended to allow for the immediate consideration of the resolution. There are no amendments pending to the adoption of Senate Resolution 186.
Questions on the adoption of Senate Resolution 186. All those in favor will say aye. The resolution is adopted, and the President now recognizes Senator Stamas.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning. Yes, I know it's afternoon, but in this town, time really doesn't seem to make a difference. And I'm Jim Stamas, and 14 years ago, I was told by my good friend, Shove, it's not representative, it's not senator, and when you leave this town at the end of your term, your name will still be Jim, just Jim. Make sure you remember that. Thank you, Shove. 14 years ago, or in Senator Annick's terms, for me, 5,110 days ago, that's a long time. A long time here, and it's been an honor to serve. It's hard to believe that I'm now the old dog, and yes, I've gotten old while I was here. It's always been hard to put into words the things to say and include in this damn kind of thing, but I will start with thanking the Lord. Many of you may not believe this, but at the end of my term in the House, I was considering going into the cemetery to become a deacon in the Orthodox faith. The Lord was so concerned with that thought that he had Congressman Camp retire and had Senator then Molinar becoming the next congressman and opening the path for me to be here. Thank you, Lord. To my wife and our kids, Nicholas and Jessica, thank you for everything. I don't want to be a Wayne or a McGoober, but we have been through the parades that are 3.5 hours away. We've missed the events, yet you all continue to love me and give me support and faith. I'm so proud of each of you. Marshal your drive to help those in the ALIS population, to make a difference in our community, to helping people hold dignity and continue to make that difference. I am so proud. To our son Nick in his career in digital marketing and management, watching him grow up, I couldn't get the kid to do 2 parades for me when he was growing up, but now he ends up in the NRCC as a digital marketing director. Only the Lord works in mysterious ways. And my daughter Jessica, my stand-up comedian, ready to take on the world, and she is trying, but she does it for her beliefs. And I'm so blessed to have her in this family. Thank you, Lord. To my mom and dad, G, Tony, Nicholas, Angela, thank you to you and your families for the years of support. I could have not done this without your support as well. To my budget team, Shof, Scott, Patty, Tom, Mo, Catherine, Steve, Nikki, Christine, the long hours, the back and forth, included not, included back, included again. The member requests, the stakeholder requests, the foundation of the budget itself. From vetoes of the first budget to losing billions of dollars during COVID in the first 2 months to now sitting with $7 billion ready to be appropriated. We have had an unprecedented time, and it's been my honor to work with so many to make a difference for so many families. I cannot talk about my budget team without just saying each of you always were able to speak up. Yes, even Tom. I know it's a surprise. But each of you changed my mind, reconvinced me, unconvinced me, but found a path to get there. We've made a difference. You made a difference. Thank you. To Director Kolb, Director Masseron, Director Harkins, and each of your teams, you each are so different, yet you each demonstrate knowledge, passion, and true care. I am sure you would like many of your hours back that we have spent together, but I know we have helped and changed the lives of Michiganders for the better, and I say thank you to each of you and your teams as well. To Shane and Thomas and your teams, we have served together at a time in history that this state, country, and world has rarely ever seen, and I pray does not see again for a very long time to come. Your strength and faith, passion to make a difference has not gone unnoticed or unaccomplished. Our state, communities, and families will live with the positive things that you made happen. To the Secretary of Senate, Margaret, and your team, Dan, thank you. To our sergeants, well, this group, I think I've gotten along much better than my first term, I truly appreciate each and every one of them in all that they do. Senate Fiscal, LSB, State Office, State Business Office, you each make a difference for each of us also. As we've heard today, we can't make this place run without you, and you do make that difference. To my current staff, Bryce, Ronan, Patty, Bev, Jonesy, and Cheryl, whether you worked with me for a week, month, or years, you will forever be a member of the Team Stamas. My hippie Patty, I have been so blessed to have you join our team. Even though it was a short period, you've truly brought peace and a perspective that was not lost, that continued to bring us back to find the ways that we had forgotten and to look back and find a way there. Thank you, Patty. And I wish you the very best in your next adventure in retirement. I don't think he had the 33 years, I think it was 23, so Jamie definitely has you. And Jamie looks much older than you as well, I will say. So, oh, she's closer. Oh, yeah. To Team Stamas, there's so many of you that have made it possible to accomplish so much. You each have or are moving on to new adventures. The stories of trials, tribulations, and mostly success are too numerous to pick out one today. You each have given me strength, knowledge, support, and pride. I cannot say thank you enough. I look forward to keeping in touch as we move forward. Once a Team Stamas member, always a Team Stamas member. To my J-Team brothers, whom we still text, have dinner, travel with, and support one another. Not many in Lansing will find the friendship that we have found. Thank you for your support, your call-outs, and laughter as we continue to share our lives moving forward. To Wayne, Kim, Kurt, McGregor, Ken, and Margaret, you each have found a way to make a journey that you have each made it, you each have found a way to make this journey that much more memorable and bearable at times. I look forward to staying in touch. We'll definitely plan to get some of the molasses cookie Margaret makes for me twice a year. And yes, Wayne, we know the bill is good. To my good friends Marshall, Sylvia, Jeremy, and Rosemary on the other side of the aisle, and each of your others, your passion, your strength, your voice has not gone unheard. I truly appreciate having the conversations, watching you make a difference, and making that difference. Thank you. In my time here, I've had so many moments, from the pain of losing friends such as Vince Gregory, Mo Hood, Tom Casperson, but honestly, mostly Peter Battaglia. Peter, your family is well. We celebrate your life. But while I was here, I've also had this ability to have celebrations of life, of marriage, of new adventures for the many. The thing I choose to recognize and hold is the passion we each have brought to this institution. The drive to make a difference, our strengths, is the difference along with the knowledge and beliefs we bring. The difference may not ever be known by some or even yourself. Yet I have sat in meetings where discussions were made because of a statement or action each of you have taken that changed the direction in many pieces of legislation. To my generals, General Vadney and General Rogers and your teams, we have seen our sons and daughters be deployed and return. Some have given their all during my time. May their memories be eternal. Your leadership and strength is unmatched. Thank you for your service. And since Army and Navy is this week, go Army, beat Navy. Cool. There are many other things there are many others I've become close friends with and shared a glass of wine, maybe a cup of bourbon, spent some time with, or even driven many of them crazy on the golf course with my poor golf skills, which I hope to improve. Marcia's offered lessons. Your advice, your knowledge, support, and friendship is truly appreciated. To my constituents in your communities, the mere 10 counties, 110 townships, 15 cities, 7 villages, 200 miles of Lake Huron, 2,300 farms, 38 school districts, 6 hospitals, and 38 parades. There is no better district I could have ever hoped to have represented. From my hometown Midland to Gaylord to Alpena to Rogers City, Posen, Mankato, and so many more. I have learned and experienced the good and the bad, from floods to tornadoes to the beauty of not only the land, but the individuals that make up this district. You have allowed me to make this my home for the last 8 years. It has been an honor to represent you. To my district representatives, Peter, Tristan, Sue, Annette, Gary, Roger, Ken, Jason, Mr. Speaker, thank you each for your work within our district to make that difference as well. Curtis and Jim, I searched for words to best describe you, which is probably why it took so long to write this remarks. But our time together and your service to our state can only be called statesmanly. Curtis, your knowledge, your wit, passion, and respect of this institution is unmatched. And I have confidence you will continue to protect this place as we have worked together to do. Jim, our time spent in your district and meeting with those who have had such a strong voice, for the time we have spent in your district, the little restaurant, the short 13-hour committee in downtown Flint listening to your constituents. You have been such a strong voice, not only for them, but for all of Michigan. You both continue to make a difference. Thank you. I've had the privilege to serve with 3 governors. My first experience as a new rep was in Hemlock with Governor Granholm giving remarks. As she looked into the audience, she started to name those of us in the legislature that were there. I could see it as soon as she got to me. What is his name? But without missing a beat, she says, the Stamas brothers. And she just kept on going. Governor Snyder, your leadership and friendship is truly appreciated. The hours and events and issues were so many. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your leadership and thank you for your friendship. To Governor Whitmer, while our differences are many, you have always still found a way to work with me so many issues could be resolved. I wish you the very best. to my leader and good friend, Mike Shirkey. Leadership, friendship, trust, support has been a rock in our adventure. Your faith in God and strength and in family keeps you steadfast. And I thank God for that every day. You've driven me crazy many times, along with many others in this chamber, yet you have still always found a way to stay steadfast for each of those I've saved. Your aim is true, my friend. Your aim is true. And hopefully one day you will forgive me for telling you to vote no, which was about on the wrong, voting wrong on the first day that you were in session almost exactly 12 years ago today. Thank you, Mike. To show, you have been my rock for 15 years. You have been with me through the hard times, the best times. You always find a way to make things happen, and that's not an understatement. You are and will always be part of me, my brother. I want to say so much more, but you would probably yell at me, so I won't. Maybe you will even still find a way to laugh at my stupid jokes once this is done. I know, haha, Mr. Senator, that is funny. I wish you and your family the best, and I am only a phone call away. Thank you. May God bless each of you. It has been an honor. It is time to take the next drive, and I love to get on the road and go driving. On this road, it is still yet to be found where I will end. But don't worry, I will keep my eyes closed on that journey. May God bless you, and may God bless our families and the families of Michigan. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I ask my remarks be printed in the journal.